The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Alrighty, it is 1 minute after the hour, and I will do our traditional sound and screen check. If you can see my screen and hear me okay, then just type in a 1 in the chat box. If you've been here before, you know the drill. Type in a 1. We got all kinds of 1s. Oh, that cool. Very good. Okay, lots of 1s there. So on right now, I'll start this in just a couple of minutes. Let's see people pilot on, but I want to reward those who show up on time. Punctuality is important. What do they say? 80% of success is just showing up, right? Well, yeah, that and taking some massive action, but you got to show up and then take action. So let me get the recording all set up, and then we'll get started going here. Oh, lots of people on today. Appreciate that. Always, I know how valuable your time is, and so we're going to over-deliver. And obviously, this is just pure training. Okay, so yeah, I already have some technical difficulties. Hang on 1 second. Okay, got that cleared up quickly. Okay, boom. Let's put this down. I'll hit the record button. Get the screen large. We'll start in 3, 2. Welcome everybody to the Call Zoo Coaching Call, December 5th, 2015. Where the heck did the entire year go? I got no idea. I'm telling you, I just feel like it was literally, I feel like last week we were planning a Christmas vacation, and we went to some islands near Spain. That's where we were. It seemed like the right thing to do, and all of a sudden now it's Christmas again. We've already planned our next vacation, and we're going to be off and going. It's just unbelievable how quickly time flies by. So let's go ahead and get started here. The new format that I've been doing, I'm getting a lot of positive feedback for it, so I'm just going to continue with it. Is I'm going to share with you for the first 10 or 15 minutes or so kind of what's on my mind. As some of you may or may not know, when I wake in the morning, spend a few minutes meditating, and then I read. If you don't read, start right now. Okay, so I'm going to share with you, so in the first 10 or 15 minutes, just kind of sharing with you what's on my mind. And then after that, we got tons of really good questions. So I have all of those. I'm not sure we'll get to any other questions because there was so many questions involved. But as you know, if you've been here before, I stick it out. So I'm here for the long haul. There is no 1 hour, minute, or 1 hour limit, or 2 hour, or whatever. I'm here for the long haul. But usually after about 2 hours, 2 hours and 20 minutes, my throat starts to get pretty harsh. So we'll take it as long as we can, so let's go ahead and get started on here. So what I want to share with you today in the first part of the series on here is why I teach my daughters. I have 2 daughters, by the way, and why I'm teaching them to never take free dinners from a guy. You know, of course, when they grow up, they're not quite the dating age, but they're going to get there fast enough, right? But I'm teaching them right now not to take that. So, you know, why am I doing that? You know, and some of these concepts I'm going to share with you are going to be kind of initially controversial, especially if you're, you know, if you're like most people and you fall into the group think category and stuff. Well, I can talk about that some other time. But anyways, so getting a free dinner from guys on a date is like one of the dumbest things a girl could do. And this is what I strongly believe. I'm going to share with you why. It has a lot of other life implications to it and business implications. That's why I'm sharing it with you. So first, let's say why it sounds like a smart idea. Well, it sounds like a smart idea because, well, first of all, the guy's willing to pay, right? So why not? And he wants to take her out to get to know her, so he probably asked her out anyway. So, of course, why not? And it's kind of the traditional thing to do. isn't it? Yeah, it normally is. Now, let's talk about here why you wouldn't want to take the free dinner, especially if you're a young lady or a single lady on that. So, okay, so here's why. First of all, nothing good in life ever happens without working for it, okay? Or, you could say misrepresenting yourself. I'm going to expand this out a little bit, okay? So expand the net out a little bit. So don't, if you're female on here, don't take this the wrong way. Or misrepresenting yourself. Although there are females that definitely do that and get free lunches and homes and cars and all that kind of stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. And typically people that kind of swindle things or get little freebies in life, or they just get things kind of given to them, like rich kids. Okay, it just never works out. So let me give some examples of when I was a kid. Okay, so when I was a kid, I was raised by a single mother, and she was working 2 jobs and going to school at the same time. So she was never home, basically. And so me and my friends used to go out. We used to get in quite a little bit of trouble. But at this time, this was back in the 70s, if I date myself here, vending machines, like soda vending machines, were not the same as they are today. And back then, if you had like small arms, like little 10-year-old boys, you could reach up in there and just start pulling out all of the cans of Coke. And so we used to go to a university campus that was close by, and we'd go in there and just raid it with Coke. I mean, we'd get like hundreds, literally hundreds of cans of all kinds of Coke and Crush and stuff like that. But on this, these things are not good to do. Not just for moral reasons, but what they actually train and teach your mind on that. So, typically people who like swindle things or get freebies, we all want freebie kind of stuff, right? It never works out because it completely stops the process of becoming a mature adult, okay? And if you actually become a mature adult, the rewards are so much greater than not. And if you become the opposite, then you just become, the opposite is a lazy person that feel entitled. There's a lot of entitlement out there. We live in really one of the most affluent societies in history. Seriously, we do. If you guys study history, you look back, I mean, the opportunities that we have are just phenomenal. And some people call this a recession, and they complain about things and the high prices of things, but this is really the best society has ever been. And I want to add a caveat, that really depends on where you live on the world. I totally realize that. It's not that way everywhere in the world, unfortunately. So